Just like households, the cost of living crisis and rise in inflation is having a big impact on the council's budget. Extra energy costs, more people needing help at school and from social services will see costs rise by £42 million. This includes an increase in our share of the Mid and West Wales Fire Service budget, which will also increase by £1.1 million. The Welsh Government has told us we can expect an £18 million increase in our funding next year. This means we have a budget gap of £24 million. By law, we have to set a balanced budget, which means we can't spend more than we receive. Our main aim is to protect jobs and keep services running. We also want to work with people who want to invest in our county borough to create new, well-paid jobs. These are the main features of our proposals. We will be increasing the social services budget by £12 million and the schools budget by £8.2 million. This means schools will get 8.6% more than this year and social services will increase by 12.8%. We are proposing to invest more than the 7.1% increase in funding we will receive from the Welsh Government because of the high number of people who need extra help. We propose to protect our visible services also. This will enable us to make further progress in improving our response to planning applications, street cleaning, and all the other services that residents value. Last year, before the local government election, the former council took the decision to bring indoor leisure services provided by Celtic Leisure in-house. The budget provides a plan to fund the extra costs associated with that decision and to keep indoor leisure services open next year. To maintain services at these levels and to meet the extra costs of energy and inflation, we will need to cut costs and raise income in other parts of the council's budget. This is how we propose to do that. Many parts of the council are working in a very different way as a result of the pandemic. This will enable us to reduce costs like car allowances, office cleaning, stationery, and general office costs by £811,000. We can also save £150,000 by having fewer digital devices in our offices, such as photocopiers. With more people working from home, some or all of the time, we can close or repurpose some of our office buildings. Next year, we will save £158,000 by closing 5 small offices, saving the cost of rents, energy, and other running costs. Next year, we will have additional grant income and we can use £611,000 of this to fund staff who will be working on the new grant-funded activity. Some services, such as bulky waste collections, are funded from fees and charges paid at the point where people use the service. Because costs have increased, the fees and charges may also rise in line with inflation to keep these services running. Leisure services, Margam, Knoll and Avon Forest parks require a contribution from council tax to cover the costs of operating the facilities. We propose to reduce the net cost of running these services by £572,000 by taking a more commercial approach. £13 million of our budget solutions come from large budgets we manage for the council as a whole. The pension fund has outperformed expectations, reducing the annual contributions required. We are able to increase income on investments because interest rates have improved. And we can also rebase council tax collection, salary and council tax support budgets from the level they were at during the pandemic to reflect how things are now. These measures close the budget gap by £15 million. This leaves £8 million that we propose to fund from our reserves and council tax. We propose to use £4.9 million of reserves to underpin the 2023-24 budget to limit the impact on council taxpayers. That leaves the balance to be met from council tax, which we propose to increase by 4.5% next year. Essentially, this will cover the increased costs of the fire service and to keep leisure services open. This would mean a monthly increase in council tax payments. We are consulting on these proposals until Friday, 10th of February 2023 and would value your views. Let's talk. Together we are NPT.